Hi there, thanks for joining me, astrologer Patrick Arundell, for your astrological overview for week commencing the 25th of April. There are some influences that spill over from last week into this one. The first is Uranus's conjunction with Venus in the sign of Aries, which is very exciting and very unpredictable. So if there is something rather random about certain elements of your social life or romantic situation, it wouldn't be a surprise. But with the Sun and Mercury continuing in the more solid, earthy Taurus, getting tangible results is going to become more of the theme as this week develops. But the other influence that spills over from last time is the clash between Neptune and Mars. Something can take on a life of its own still this week. This energy can be very hard to understand, and it can almost take our feet off the ground. So if you have an option between doing something simple and gives you tangible progress, or getting caught up in something that you can't really control, you're probably better to go for the former. However, Neptune does forge an absolutely stunning link with the Sun in the second half of this week. And the imagination and sensitivity of Neptune can work marvellously well with the Sun. The Sun, after all, is Earth, so imagine a riverbed, and Neptune in Pisces is water. So the Sun can carry the streams of ideas that come from Neptune really fabulously well. But there is still a clash between Jupiter and Saturn. These two have very different, almost polar influences. Saturn is about the structure and Jupiter is about growth. Saturn can sometimes seem restrictive and slow things down, and it's asking us to be very knowledge-based, which is ironic because Jupiter is of course the planet of knowledge. But Jupiter's in detriment in Virgo, so we need to stay abreast of the detail of situations. And that need for detail becomes even more prevalent on Thursday when Mercury goes into a retrograde in Taurus. This is going to go on for the next 3 weeks. So if you are grappling with any part of your existence which is not going quite to fight and be tenacious and grapple with the ways in which you can improve things, and that could prove to be rather frustrating. The great news, however, is that Venus, the ruler of Taurus, returns to Taurus on Saturday. This is going to boost the Sun and Mercury, even though that retrograde is ongoing. And Venus in this area really asks us to be imaginative, clever with our hands, anything to do with crafts, or expressing our ideas in a way which is something we can actually see or hold, is going to be quite a pattern in the weeks to come. But there is a quarter moon on Saturday too, which goes on between the moon in Aquarius and the Sun in Taurus. This suggests that because they're both fixed positions, that it's important to try to stay flexible, particularly if we find ourselves coming up against some kind of obstacle. Doing things in a more random, laissez-faire way, which comes from Aquarius, is not going to be met with such great approval by that Taurus energy, which wants to know exactly where it stands and can be quite fierce for what it stands up for. So just be aware that there may be some negotiation to do which requires some tact and diplomacy. But as this week draws to a close and Venus starts to become established in Taurus, if you have a love of good food or growing vegetables, or going out to dinner, or drinking good wines, or just being with people who really have an appreciation of the finer things in life, it's something you can truly celebrate as this week draws to a close. It's been a real pleasure being with you. Thank you for joining me. Good luck, and goodbye for now.